Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the final live stream for today. And we're going to add one more. We're going to finish off this piece. It's time to finish off the piece. But before I do, why don't I go ahead? I'm just going to play some music here for you while I go ahead and finish off this piece here. Play a little bit. It's nice to have a little bit of music while I'm drawing here. But we are, as you can see here, we are going to draw Sully from Monsters Inc., the last character. We're going to draw him right beside, I just realized I haven't been recording at all. At the top. I'm talking too much, guys. Talking too much. Okay, let me just add this. So I'm just focusing my camera, guys. Talking so much, I didn't even realize I wasn't recording. So I'm gonna have to rely a lot on the OBS footage here. But just in case, I'm gonna stop recording here and start recording again. So thank you to everybody who's been watching today's streams. If this is a new stream for you, welcome. Welcome, my friends. Let me get the chat out here. I'm just gonna pop the chat out. And we are gonna get going right away. So hello, everyone who's coming into the chat here. So again, guys, if you want to ask me a question, go to the community tab on my channel. So go to my YouTube channel, go to the community tab. In the latest post there, ask me questions. That's where you're going to ask me questions that I am going to answer while I go ahead. And now we're going to draw Sully from Monsters Inc. I'll find my pencil. My pencil right here. Let's go for it. Let's go for it. So there are a lot more Mirrorverse characters. So for those of you who don't know, I'm drawing Mirrorverse characters here. So Mirrorverse. So sorry, I'm just roughly sketching this out. So for those of you who don't know, Mirrorverse, it's a game by Disney, and it's like all Disney characters as warriors. And what makes it even more cooler is Todd McFarlane's toy company. McFarlane Toys made toys of them, and they just look fantastic. Fantastic. So I just wanted to try drawing them. So just gonna quickly sketch this out as we go ahead and see a few more questions here. So, but again, guys, there's actually a lot of characters. So if this does well, if you guys enjoy the final video that comes out, so it's because I will color this. If you enjoy it does well, I might go ahead and add some more characters here a little bit later. So I want to go ahead and do that. All right. Let's see here. Next question comes from Knuckle Sandwich. I like that. Sam, spelled like S-A-M. Knuckle Sandwich asked, would you take commissions again in the future, or at least fan requests? Years ago, you agreed to a commission idea I had, but your circumstances changed, which I totally understand. Hope this idea will come true. Been following you for years and love your content. Thank you so much, Knuckle Sandwich. To be honest, I might be doing that. I might be doing that sooner than later. I might do commissions again, and even draw them live with you guys. Just for a little bit extra income. Like, it doesn't hurt. Definitely doesn't hurt. It definitely has to be something I'm interested in drawing, for sure. But that is something I actually wouldn't mind doing. Actually. Doing some more commissions. I haven't done that in quite a while. I did have a bad commission. I think I only had one bad commission experience, or two. Let's say two. One was my fault. One wasn't my fault. Let's go for the one that was my fault first. When I was at TFCon, somebody commissioned me to do a character. I forgot which character it was, but he wanted me to draw it in a specific way. Because it was a goof on a storyline, a particular Transformers storyline. So he wanted me to draw it in a certain way, and I didn't fully understand what that particular client wanted for that drawing. So I drew it, but I didn't draw it the way the client wanted me to draw it. So he was actually pretty upset. Like, he still took the drawing, and I gave him a discount. Like, I gave him half price because I messed up. But again, my fault. That was my fault. Okay. Another time was I did a commission for someone, and unfortunately the mail messed it up. Like, it totally broke the box. I sent out the box, and I think something heavy fell on it or whatever. Something heavy fell on it and totally damaged the artwork. It totally damaged it. It was really bad. And the guy was nice enough to send it back to me. But I ended up redrawing it. So what I actually had to do is I actually had to trace the drawing to recreate what I drew. And that sucks. That's horrible. You know, talk about something that's not fun doing. It's like recreating the exact same drawing that you just did. Recreating the exact same drawing that you just did. That's the worst. That's not a lot of fun at all. That's not a lot of fun. So, yeah, those were my two bad commission experiences. But I really love doing commissions. I love seeing, you know, it's just like a reaction video on YouTube. I love seeing the reaction of the person that I did the drawing for. And maybe that's something we could do. That'd be fun, right? If someone commissions me for a drawing, and then maybe I'll make a video out of it, and on Zoom, maybe we'll just do a quick reveal. I'll show them the drawing just so I could get the reaction, and I can put that up on YouTube. Yeah, why not? That'd be a lot of fun. That'd be a lot of fun. Or if someone did the drawing for their kid, you know, and they want me to say hi to their kid, or, you know, even a fan of mine, right? That'd be interesting. It'd be an interesting thing to do. So we'll give that a try. Okay, but so will I do commissions again? Maybe. I'm thinking about it now. See, you mentioned it now. Now I kind of want to think about it. I'm thinking about it, man. Thinking about it. So, next question comes from Mark Daniel Sardoza. Question: what do you do if you can't stop drawing yourself from drawing? That's an interesting question, because usually it's the opposite, right? Usually the opposite. Well, I can't start drawing. What if you can't stop? First of all, it means detention. Because usually, when are you drawing when you shouldn't be drawing? It's usually during class. You're doodling during class, right? That's usually what happens. So, but, you know, the pertinent question is, you know, what do you do when you don't want to draw? But if you're drawing too much, that means you're enjoying the drawing, you know? And that's fantastic. I wish I had that for every drawing, because there's always a time where I could just kind of put it away. But there haven't been many times where I'm like, oh man, I want to keep working on this, but I need to do this. There's not many times. Like, sometimes when you're in a groove, it's hard when you're in a groove sometimes. Like, when you're in a groove, like, you're getting all this work done, you know, it just feels natural to you. Like, that hasn't happened a lot to me, but it happens. Definitely just happens, so that when you have to leave, you're all disappointed and stuff. But that's a hard question, because I never really experienced it. So maybe somebody can answer that question for me. So let me see. I'm just gonna take a quick look at his design here. So his head's fine. It's more like because he has armor. Sully has armor in the Mirrorverse. So okay, next question. Let's see here. Okay, this is an interesting question. I'm going to try to answer this question without being too political. Okay, so Manu Martin asks, good evening. Here's my question. Is there a place for politics, economy, and social analysis in comics? If yes, is it correct for writer-artists to have an evident political posture or opinion that may be reflected on his or her comics? Thanks. At the end of the day, you can do whatever you want in comics. No matter your political leanings, do whatever you want. Let's be honest, do whatever you want in comics, right? Now, when it comes to, and I'm assuming that this person is meaning in like franchise comics. To be honest, that's not a question for me to answer. That's really up to the person publishing the comics, if that's the message that they want out in the world. Okay? So whatever your political leanings are, whatever your beliefs are, if you're working for a particular company and that's the message they want to put out in the world, that's up to the company. You know, all the artists, writer, if they want to put that, they could try, but at the end of the day, it's the company who put the green light out there and said, you know, you can do this. Okay, so actually, I put a lot of the onus on the company for when a political message is referenced in a comic book. Okay, whether that's right and wrong doesn't really matter. Like, to be honest, like, comics is a form of expression, right? So at the end of the day, it's up to us, the consumer, if we want to buy it or not, though. That's the different question. That's the different, you know, that's the other side of the coin there. Does the reader want to buy it? Okay? So it's really up to them. It's really up to them. Now, for you, if you want to, you know, if you want to put your views in your comic book, your own personal comic book, that's your views. Go. You can do whatever you want. It's a free country. Free world. Put whatever views you want. You know? But that's why on this particular channel here, I don't do anything political or anything controversial, because that's not the place for it. I choose this would be a safe place for everybody to come, no matter what your views are in the world. You come here, like, all you care about is drawing. Let's go ahead and draw. Like, I don't even mind if you hate my drawing. If you want to come here and hang out, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Right? So yeah. So that's my answer to that question. I don't know if that answered the question or not, but that's all I'm going to say. There you go. My buddy, Comic Book Bob, he says, I'm glad you're just doing what makes you happy again. Keep smashing him. Smashing it. Let's have some fun. Stoked to hear about the Warhammer stuff. I don't know if Bob's still here. He was here earlier. I think I saw Bob earlier. But thank you very much, Bob. You know, Bob and I come from, I think we're about the same generation. So we definitely relate, both big wrestling fans. But, you know, guys, I always say it's always better if you can make a living doing what you love to do, or things that you are interested in, than things that will make you money. Okay. However, the flip side to that is you still need to make money, right? At the end of the day, you still need to make money. Like, I'm lucky in the position where I can take this risk. I can just do what I like to do. Instead, I'm not like I need to make a certain amount of money, because if that was the case, I wouldn't be doing this live stream at all. At all. I wouldn't be doing this live stream at all if I needed, you know, if I really needed the money. I would be better off trying to do more algorithm-friendly videos than doing this live stream. But, you know, when you guys get older, like a lot of you guys are younger, when you get older, you're going to need a job. You're going to need to pay your rent. You're going to need to pay your bills. So it's really nice to say you're only going to do what makes you happy. But when you have a rent, when you have rent to pay, when you have food to put on the table, you have to take care of those responsibilities first. You need to earn. And I'll say that right now. You need to earn the right to make a living doing what you want to do. Right? You need to earn that right. It just won't come to you. Nobody deserves it. I don't deserve it. I don't deserve to make a living doing what I want to do until you earn it. Like, for me personally, guys, you know, I've been on YouTube for almost 10 years now. I'm coming up with my 10-year anniversary next year. Next year, 10 years on YouTube. Can you believe that? 10 years on YouTube. It took me 10 years to get to this spot right now. Now, it took a lot of people a lot sooner. But it's the hard work that got me here, right? And it was the hard work that's going to get you where you need to go. So you got to be willing to put in those hours, to make in those sacrifices. But never feel like you deserve to get those things. It's earned. Okay? Doing what you want to do on your own terms, that's earned. That's earned. So go and earn it, guys. You can. All of you. All of you can go out there and earn it. And I won't say you deserve it. You'll deserve it when you earn it. It just won't, you know. You can't just say, oh, you know, I did this, and that. I earned it. No. You earn it when you earn it. So you got to earn it. So that's my thought on that, my friend. So, but it is one thing. Like, if you're able to earn it, guys, if you're able to make a living doing what you love to do, there's nothing like it. There's nothing like it. It's worth sacrificing for. It's worth those long hours at night, trying to figure out how to make it work. It's worth it. It's definitely worth it. Little sacrifice today can mean a world of happiness tomorrow. So, do what you can do, and that's all you can do. Hey, Reddy Kong is here. How are you, my friend? How are you, my friend? Good to see you. It's been a long time, buddy. Long time. So next question here. Good morning to everybody. Welcome to the stream. The next question here is from DFL Studios 1988, who says, do you get bored sometimes when you draw? Again, I only get bored when I draw when it's something I don't want to draw. Okay? So there's two ways to think about it. The hardest part for me when I'm drawing is the concept phase. It's pretty much the phase I'm doing right now while I'm talking to you guys. It's the concept phase. Trying to figure out where everything goes, where all the different pieces, all the characters, how they line up, what they're going to look like. That's the hardest part for me. And usually that's the part where I can't really talk, but I'm trying to learn how to do that. So this is a little experiment for me to see if I could actually do that. Oh, by the way, Reese Scott has a great quote here. It says, suffer now and live the rest of your life as a champion. That's right. That's Muhammad Ali. There you go, my friend. Nice. And thank you, Clayton, for the kind words. But once I have the structure down, it's like I could turn off. I can actually shut down my mind and just draw. And just start adding in details like I'm starting to do right now. And I could shut my brain off. And that's when I could actually go ahead and listen to get lost in a podcast. Or lost. Not even music. I listen to more podcasts than music. I like listening to podcasts because I need to hear people talking. And I kind of get lost in the work. And I could just draw for hours like that, hours upon hours. That sometimes I spend so much time looking for something to listen to. I find that, right? So I don't get bored per se. It's not bored drawing. The only time I'll get bored drawing is if I have a client, I have to do a drawing, and I'm just not interested in the drawing. That's the only time that I get quote unquote bored doing the drawing. That's the only quote unquote time I'm bored. So, but adding details like this, which is why I like this style, adding details like this, that is, that's relaxing to me. This is relaxing. This is quote unquote therapeutic for me, adding all these little details and stuff here. I highly enjoy doing this kind of thing. So there you go. That's that question. So next question. Abalash Abraham says, I'm really glad that you're doing live streams. Thank you very much. Can you make Darkseid, Werewolf, Doomsday, Sabretooth, and Galactus all together? Love to see those. The thing is, all together, Galactus is the proportions of that piece would be very out of whack. Because Galactus is gigantic. There you go. So the quick answer is no. But so what I'm doing these days, guys, is I just want to have some fun. So I'm, doing these Marvel styles is a lot of fun because I get to try to interpret. I get to draw characters I haven't drawn before. So you guys know I've drawn a lot of Galactus. I've drawn, well, I won't say a lot of Galactus, but I drew that Galactus piece already. Just at this point, I'd just like to try to draw different things. So that's what I'm going to focus on at first. So maybe one of these days, but not right now. Okay, so next question from Mac Tackle. I've been a fan since your Transformers worked for Dreamwave. Now that's a long time fan. For those of you who don't know, I've worked in Dreamwave. I actually started working Dreamwave, I believe, in 2000. In the year 2000. I hesitated on that. That is an old Conan O'Brien joke. Some of you won't even know what that is. There you go. Been a fan since I saw your Transformers work for Dreamwave, and that crazy poster that had every Transformer. That was a work of art. By the way, it wasn't every Transformer. That was 600 Transformers at that time. And then my buddy Don Figueroa, who probably, you know, again, I call him and Alex Milne. There's so many wonderful Transformers artists out there, like Casey and Andrew Griffith and all those guys. They're wonderful Transformers artists. Don and Alex, I feel, were the best ones out of all of them. Like, all those guys are super duper talented. John Paul Bove, like all those Transformers artists, they're so amazing. Oh, my buddy Reese in the chat, so amazing. But I would say that Don got a character named after him, right? I believe he got a character named after him in the Transformers movie. There was a character there called Figueroa. So I believe that was named after Don, or it was just a fancy coincidence, but too much a coincidence for me. But that particular poster, that was a lot of fun. Here's a fun fact about that poster. That Transformers poster, let me tell you, for those of you who haven't seen it, I drew this lithograph for Transformers. 600 characters on one gigantic poster. I think that was the catalyst for me doing a lot of the work I'm doing right now. But what some don't know is that wasn't the original intention. The original intention, because I wanted to get people to notice the books we were doing at Dreamwave, I wanted to do a publicity stunt. Okay? So my stunt was, I said, hey, why don't we create a cover that breaks the record for the amount of characters on a cover? That's what I wanted to do. The cover record is by George Perez and Alex Ross, the late great George Perez, by the way. The late great George Perez, which was 562 characters, if I'm not mistaken, on the Crisis of Infinite Earths cover. That is the record-breaking cover. And I said to myself, or I said to my friends at Dreamwave, hey, let's get some publicity going. Let's break the record. I want to do it. Let's do 600 Transformers on a cover. So they said, okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to let's make them as poster inserts for the G1 books that Pat was going to draw. Let's make them as poster inserts. And then we'll make it the cover of the trade paperback. And like, a fantastic idea. So I did this piece for the 6 issues. It was it 6 issues? But it was all the double page spreads of those issues. And it turned into this amazing, well, I won't say amazing, but it turned into this mural that I'm extremely proud of that we were able to do. And again, shout out to Eric Sander. I want to give a shout out to my friend Eric Sander, who I haven't talked to in years. I have no idea what he's doing these days. But he inked the piece, and he inked that piece so fast. Also, a huge shout out to Matt Moylan, who's currently working at Udon, one of the big guys at Udon, and Alan Wang. Alan Wang colored the thing, which is pretty impressive. Alan Wang, I believe last time I talked to him, he was at Ubisoft. He was working at Ubisoft, doing amazing things at Ubisoft. I think he was a character artist at Ubisoft at the time. He was there when I was working there, actually. So that was the plan. But unfortunately, the thing is, never turned it into a cover. They never did it. It would have got so much press. You know? But they never turned it into a cover. Whatever. But it was definitely one of the greatest pieces I've ever done. There were many times I actually sold that piece. I still have it. I still have that piece. There were many times I actually sold it. I even put it on eBay. But then when the auction was getting serious, I decided to pull it because I felt like I couldn't part with it. Now I'm willing to part with it. But I wasn't back then. So that was fun. You know, whenever you complete a piece that takes months of your life, it's just a euphoric feeling when you're able to complete it and finish it. And not only that, see it on the shelves or see it out there. It's really a feeling you don't really get a lot. So that's why it was really satisfying for me. That's why for even the Star Wars mural, the first Star Wars mural I did on this channel, which I'm still getting copyright claims for. because those live streams, I was using a lot of music. Here's one thing about YouTube, guys. Like, I used music back then that was supposedly copyright free, but they're not anymore. Whatever. But when I did that original mural, I'll be lying to you if I said I was hoping that it would go viral. Of course I was, right? Of course I was. But at the same time, I also knew if it didn't go viral, it was okay. I was all right if people didn't care about it. I was okay with that. And it didn't go viral. It never went viral, really. It did eventually when I repackaged the video and packaged it correctly on my YouTube channel. Then it hit 1 million views. But back then, I was okay if it didn't go viral. It was more like if I was able to finish the piece, you know, being able to display it, and thanks to my brother from another mother, Apple De La Fuente, owner of the Alamo City Comic Con, good friend of mine to this day. If it wasn't for him, I had a place to display it. I was totally happy with that just being my YouTube career. But then, you know, took a different path after that. So to create a piece like that, have it finished, and getting a lot of people to see it, that's a reward in itself. It definitely is. For me personally. So, but that's also just shows you, just because you work hard at something does not mean that you deserve people to recognize it. Okay? I could work 1 million hours on a piece, but if it doesn't look good, it doesn't look good. It didn't matter I worked 1 million hours on a piece. It didn't matter. If to the regular folk doesn't, if the regular people, if the people look at it and they don't like it, it doesn't matter how many hours you worked on it. It really doesn't matter. What matters is people's emotional response to your artwork. So I could spend 100,000 hours on this piece. If people don't like it, they don't like it. They don't care how long you worked on it. And that's the attachment we have to separate from our artwork. You gotta get rid of that attachment because, you know, there are people who aren't gonna like it. I know there are people who aren't gonna like this piece of art. I know that. And I'm okay with that. That's fine. That's fine. And that doesn't mean their opinion's wrong. It's not wrong. Because that's how they emotionally felt about this artwork. It's not for them. And that's fantastic. That's great. Totally understand. There are lots of people who don't resonate with this type of style artwork. They resonate more with anime style artwork. And that's fantastic. That's great. That's great. To each his own, as we say. To each his own. It's just getting past that. It's hard for some artists to get past that, though. You're like, everyone should like my art. No. Not everyone should like your art. Just the people who like your art should like your art at the end of the day. That's how I personally feel about it. So, anyway, let's see here. Next question here. Let's see. I asked that one. Yashi's Sajad says, "How can I draw like you? Copy me." There you go. I went on my rant about copying yesterday, but I always started by trying to draw what the people I like, whose art style I like. I start by trying to draw what they draw. Now, the difference between then and now is I wouldn't post it. A lot of people post it. And a lot of people, not only do they post it, but they make it off like they didn't come up with those original ideas. People forget, ideas are king, right? Because it's more than just the finishing. I mentioned this in previous streams. The layout of the drawing, the way the things are positioned. Like, artists spend hundreds of hours on those things. That's why it always irks me. You know what irks me? You know what grinds my gears? Are you guys ready for a Raise rant? Who's ready for a Raise rant? This is the Raise rant of the day. People, my Raise rant for the day, when it comes to YouTube, right? It's people who steal other people's thumbnail. Again, I'm not saying inspired by other people's thumbnail. We all get inspired by other people's thumbnail. But literally, take someone else's thumbnail and then paste their face on it over the original person's face. And then they get millions of views because of that. That's just not right. That's not right. You know how hard it is to come up with a good thumbnail? We all know how important a thumbnail is to get people to click on your video. But the amount of work it takes to come up with a great thumbnail, that's a lot of work, a lot of time. And then some people, they just steal other people's thumbnail and then call it as their own. And then they'll get millions and millions of views sometimes with a thumbnail. Hasn't happened to me, but it happens. It definitely happens. So there's a short rant for the day, but that's my rant for the day. There you go. Okay. Okay, next question. So how can I draw? Let me finish that question though. How can I draw like you? So again, I start off by, and I used to do this too. I used to copy Jim Lee all the time, all day, all night. Copy Jim Lee, like I used to copy his X-Men #1 cover. I don't know how many times I copied his X-Men #1 cover. That's one of my favorite covers of all time. It's been parodied so much, the X-Men #1 cover. If I ever do my kids' comics, that is a parody I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be doing a homage to Jim Lee's X-Men #1 with my kids' characters. Maybe I'll even do that now. I could do that now. Maybe I'll do something like that. That'd be fun, right? Maybe I'll do a parody. That's not a bad video idea, right? I'm going to do a homage. Homage. Is it an homage with? You don't pronounce the H. Homage to Jim Lee's X-Men #1 cover. Using my kids' design. That'd be fun. See, that I'm interested in. But that's how I started off. And then you find yourself, you start getting interested in not just one artist, but multiple artists. So then you start, copying more artists. Now, the important thing is when you copy an artist, I mentioned this yesterday, is not just to copy the artist, but understand why they make decisions in their artwork. Okay? Why am I adding these lines here? What are these lines? Why am I adding so much dark area here? Understand that. Understand why someone does something, and then you can apply it to your own art later. So the time will come, you don't need to look at anything. Time will come, you don't need to look at somebody else's art. And be patient. It takes time. Remember, guys, am I at 30 years yet? Am I 30 years yet? No, I'm not 30 years yet. I have about guys, I'm coming on 25 years of professional art. I've been working in art professionally for almost 25 years. Can you believe that? Holy cow. I'm old. I'm an old man. I'm your uncle. And that's what, when you get to my age, guys, you come to acceptance. I'm probably not going to be your friend. I'm going to be your uncle. I'm going to be the happy uncle here who draws on YouTube. Every night, that's what I'm going to be. I'm the happy uncle. There you go. Let's see here. Colin's Kitchen said, what if you do a video where you make up your character entirely? That's, Colton's Kitchen. That's not a bad idea. I think Jazza used to do that back in the day, right? So you guys would give qualities. You guys would give suggestions of what the character would look like, and then I would build it. I would make it. That'd be fun. That would be a lot of fun. Maybe we'll do that one day, guys. That'd be fun. Can you do me a favor? Or somebody, Colton, can you do me a favor? Can someone write that? Or if you're listening to this later on, can someone write that below? Write that below. I'm going to forget. I'm an old man. Remember, I'm an old man. I forget things. A lot. I'm an old man. My memory's going. So can someone write that down? Because that sounds like a lot of fun. Why don't we do that? Where you guys will give me suggestions on a character, and I will create it in real time. That sounds like a lot of fun. Like Jazzy used to do that on his old Twitch streams. Maybe we could do something similar. We could have a lot of fun. Old school, my friends. Old school. I'm excited about that, man. That sounds like a lot of fun. Having your input into what characters I draw, that sounds like a lot of fun. Let's do that. Let's do that, Colton. I like it. I like how you think. All right, next question. Let's see here. Justin Roberts, my buddy Justin Roberts. Hey, James, have you watched Superman and Lois season 1 and 2? If yes, what are your thoughts about it? I have not. I'll be honest, I don't think I've watched a full episode. I've only seen clips of Superman, mainly because I don't get it. I don't get it here. Or if it is here, it might be like my Canadian friends. Maybe you could tell me. If I could watch Superman and Lois here. But if I can or not, I've only seen a few clips. Only seen a few clips. Without going into spoilers, I'm about to spoil something. But then, you know, the thing is, when does spoilers stop, guys? When is it okay to spoil? When is it okay to talk about an episode of TV? When is it okay to talk about it without restrictions? I guess only when you label it non-spoiler, right? When you label non-spoiler, then it's okay, right? So it's one of those type of things. Something that I'm always confused about. So like finding out about the reveal of a classic Superman character, that was pretty cool. I like the decision they made about making Superman a dad and having, because it's like Superman's one of those characters. How do you humanize the inhuman, right? How do you humanize someone so powerful? Okay, give him real stakes with Superman. And the moment you introduce kids, they're children. Now they have vulnerability. So it definitely it definitely makes for good TV in that sense. So sounds like a show I would love to watch. I'll be honest, I haven't watched it. Like I watched like some clips off YouTube here and there when I heard certain things are happening. Like of course I want to see it, right? But in terms of actually watching the show, haven't seen it. So if whatever you guys thought of Superman, let me know in the comments down below. Okay. Next question here. Let's see here. Next question. D3 and K1. Are you going to do another 100 character drawing? If yes, do you have plans? Do you have plans who you want to do? The answer is probably not for a while. Okay, probably not for a while. It was a lot of fun, and I'll admit those used to get views. I noticed though when I started doing them on a weekly basis, people were less interested when I started doing them more like regularly. Again, like pizza. I always get the pizza example. Have pizza every day, you get tired of that after a while. You do the same content all the time, people get tired of it. If I do something like that, it has to be something I really, really, really want to do. It can't be for views. Like the Pokemon one I did, definitely for views. Let's be honest, and it worked, right? It worked. It absolutely worked, right? I like Pokemon a lot. I wouldn't call myself the biggest Pokemon fan. I would not. So that was more, I wanted a drawing challenge, and that seemed like an easier drawing challenge to do. Because when you're drawing that many characters, guys, you don't want the characters to be too detailed, right? You want them to be simple, something that where you could pull off a character in a few minutes, right? Or else you're be spending years on a piece doing this, like 1,000 characters, right? He's using years upon years. So, if I do one, it would have to be something I'm really, really, really interested in, and would have done even if I got views or not. Okay, so, like I probably will do an all DC piece. I probably will, not now, but I probably will do an all DC character piece. Trying to think of others, maybe do. Hasbro's anniversary next year. But then, I kind of did one of those already. I officially, too. I did a cover for IDW where it had Transformers and G.I. Joe and Visionaries and all those guys, right? What would be a fun one to do? Maybe you could give me some suggestions in the chat of ones to do. Like one would interest me, maybe an 80s cartoon one. But then again, that kind of limits the audience. But again, why would I care? I just want to have some fun, right? And then I could draw all characters from the 80s in there. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, of course, Transformers, of course. I could even add stuff like Brave Star. I could add stuff like, what else? The Centurions, which I love, right? GoBots. I could add all this different things, right? So that makes it interesting for me. I would do that. Probably won't get views, but I would do that, right? So it all depends. All depends what it is. One thing I might do is like because I like Ben 10. Like doing all Ben 10 aliens, that's something that might interest me. Also because I know my kids would love that if I did something like that. Because that's one, there's two things. Either I'm interested in it or I think my kids would love it, right? If I did a certain thing. Anything that I could be a hero to my kids, that I might do, right? That I might do. So, let's see here. We'll see. So we'll see 3D, okay? So next question here. Let me sort by noise first. Let's see here. Scribble Scratch says, Megatron or Galvatron, have you ever tried using spray paint? Megatron or Gal? I think I answered this yesterday, no? Yesterday I said Megatron. Megatron, every day, all day. Now, I'm not saying I don't like the G2 stuff. I do. I do like the G2 stuff a lot. Ultra Magnus is one of my favorite characters of all time. I love Ultra Magnus. Because you know why? Because I thought Ultra Magnus is just a very cool looking character. That's why I like Ultra Magnus a lot. But if you're gonna put, if you're gonna make me choose, right now I gotta go Megatron. That's what I'm more familiar with. Have I tried to use the spray paint? Not really. No, I haven't. As you can tell, I've never drawn on a phone because that's what they used to draw on a phone, or they need to like sand it and spray paint the phone to draw on the phone, right? That's what they have to do. I've never done that, so no, I have not done spray paint. Like I've been to conventions where people have been doing like really quick pieces of art using spray paint, and it's really cool, really cool. So kudos to those spray paint artists out there doing some phenomenal work. So just adding a few more little details here, guys. Let's see here. XGXH says, would you ever start making tutorials on YouTube again after everything you've learned in those 6 years? Also keep drawing, you have amazing talent. When you say those 6 years, are you talking about comics? I'm trying to figure out what you mean by 6 years. Do you mean 6 years? Because again, I've been working in professionally for almost 25 years. Now, in comic books, I worked 6 years in comic books. In visual effects, I've worked 9 years in visual effects. YouTube, I'm coming up on my 10th year anniversary next year. Next year, I'll be 10 years on YouTube. So I started a year after Jazza. Year 2 after Jazza. 2 years after Jazza. Jazza grew a lot faster than I did. A lot faster than I did. And that's why he was such a wonderful mentor to me, my buddy Jazza. When I quit my job, I mentioned this before. When I quit my job, like Jazza was the first one to call me, give me advice on how I could make YouTube a full-time gig, even without so many subscribers at the time. Because I think I quit. Was I even at 5,000 subscribers? I think not even 5,000 subscribers. I think not even 5,000 subscribers I was at the time. So it depends what you mean, my friend. But will I be doing tutorials? I'll admit, it's not really something I'm interested in. I'll be 100% honest with you. I would love to say I am interested in. And I'm a teacher too. Like, I'm a teacher. But at the same time, if I'm going to do that, I have to put my all in it. I don't want to do something that's... if I'm going to teach, it's going to be good teaching, right? If I'm going to teach, I'm going to make sure that you guys understand and you learn, and it's worth it, right? I'm not going to teach just because it gets me views on YouTube. I got to teach because it works for me. I got to teach because it's something I'm passionate about. And as of right now, I'm not really at this moment. That could change eventually. And I probably would make some great passive income by selling courses and stuff, but as of right now, it's really not something I'm excited that would excite me, get me out of bed in the morning type thing. I always say that. What would wake you up early? Guys, I woke up, I went to bed last night at 11 p.m. Eastern time. I don't know, I just had trouble sleeping, but I woke up at 2 o'clock. I thought it was time already. I woke up at 3 o'clock. I thought it was time already, and I just couldn't go back to sleep. I couldn't go back to sleep because I was excited about hanging out with you guys this morning, right? When something excites you that much, where you can't sleep, that's what I want to do. Or it starts feeling like a job. And that's something I never wanted YouTube to be, feeling like a job. And I'll admit, when I was doing those algorithm-friendly videos, or the stuff I thought was algorithm-friendly videos, when I was doing videos because I thought I got views instead of it was what I was passionate about and loved doing, it turned into a job. It really did. YouTube became my job. And that's when you know that, okay, maybe I need to change gears a little bit. Time to change the gears a little bit. So will I do tutorials? Probably not. But that's why we do these live streams. So if you guys have any questions, right? This is a good place to ask your questions about art in general, and how I do art. This is a great place to ask, because ask James, why'd you do this? Why'd you do that in your drawing? Definitely ask your questions, because this is the best place to ask why I do make certain decisions when it comes to my drawing. So there you go. So we're coming down to it, guys. There's a trick of drawing something detailed, guys. Hide things. There's a lot of detail in this Sully, but a lot of it's hidden by the characters in the front. So that's why the first character always takes the most time whenever I'm doing root shots like this. So this Mickey actually took me the longest time. I believe this took me like this Mickey here took me about an hour and 45 minutes, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Well, first of all, we haven't gone live in a long time, but also because it was the first one. And then everything else after that, it's kind of like just gravy, you know? Gravy. So, hey, New Jerkins here. How you doing, my brother? Hi, Apple. Apple, my buddy's here. My buddy Apple's here. Everyone say hi to Apple. My brother from another mother is here. Good to see you, my friend. Yes, reminds me of the old Star Wars days. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think that's what we're back to. Because I enjoy doing this, man. I enjoy just waking up early. Let's get some drawing done before I start the day. You know? I spend like, how long do I spend this? 3 hours a day. 3-4 hours a day hanging out with you guys before I go and tackle the world. Let's get the world. Let's go get it, guys. Get it. Let's get it. Let's see here. So, just need to get some reference here for what this bottom part looks like. And I believe it looks like this. Okay. We are coming to the end of this drawing, guys. It's a lot of fun. A lot of fun. I think I had one more question here. If there's any more questions, guys, by all means, go ahead and ask it in the let's see if there's any more questions here. Just one more question here, and that's from Mr. Broken. Oh, broken heart. There. How much do you like this art thing that you're doing? I've been drawing my whole life, my friend. I wouldn't be doing it if I didn't like it. If I didn't like drawing, if I didn't like doing this, I probably would have quit YouTube a long time ago. Because now, again, it's not about the views. It's not about algorithm hacking or any of that now. It's about having fun while I draw. Now, I'm not saying that I'm not going to do algorithm-friendly videos in that sense. Like, I have 3 pieces here, guys. I got about 3 pieces that are fully completed that I did over the past couple weeks. So I experimented in the morning. I tried. I'll let you guys know this. I tried working in the evening because I knew eventually I wanted to draw live again. And again, it would be better for the business. It would be way better for my business. It's just a fact. Way better for my business if I streamed in the evening. It'd be way better. I would get more of a North American audience that are watching. More people can watch that are my followers. A lot more can watch if it was the evening, right? So I tried it. And then the more I did, the more I realized that I am just a morning guy. There's just something about the morning. There's just something about doing a whole bunch of work right away when I wake up. Right away, take a quick shower, brush my teeth, throw on some clothes, turn on live, where doing live where sorry, I apologize for that. Where I feel like I got so much accomplished during the day. So even if, the things I'm doing, it's not getting any views, even the thing I'm doing might not get as many views as I would like, I still feel like I got a lot done already. And it's only by the time we're done streaming, what? It's going to be like, what, 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning? And I still have my whole day ahead of me, where I have other responsibilities during the day that I mentioned yesterday. So that's, you know, it makes it a lot of fun for me. It, you know, I feel more accomplished by hanging out with you guys in the morning. So I know for a lot of you, it's evening, it's late night for a lot of you. So my friends here are from India, where, you know, it's probably afternoon or evening for you. Any from the UK? I believe in the UK it's in the afternoon, right? So, but we are coming down to the end of this drawing, guys, because I could add more. I definitely could add more to it, but it's one of those things where, you know, is it worth the amount of time? And will adding those lines add anything to the art that is not there? And I don't think so. So that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. Okay. So what time is it, UKB? It's midday in the UK. There you go. It's lunchtime. Yummy lunchtime in the UK. That's some lunch. I just realized I didn't eat dinner last night. I was so busy yesterday because I have lots of things to do during the day. I was so busy yesterday. I don't think I ate dinner. I just realized that now. So, am I hungry or am I thirsty? Am I hungry or am I thirsty? I think I'm just thirsty. That's what it is. Okay, so I think we might call it, guys, but let me just add a few little details here and there. There's some like minor things I want to improve on, but this was fun. This was like, I like doing pieces like this because I like doing a lot of pieces like this because, you know, number one, it's new. You know, it's different, very different. Hopefully I'm drawing something that people haven't really seen before. Or drawing their favorite characters in a way they haven't seen before, whether they like it or not, right? Whether they like it or not. So it's more just a way to have fun. You know what I mean? More just a way to have fun. So I'm gonna pull back here. Oops! I just closed all my windows. So hopefully you guys can still see what's going on. But I think we're gonna call it here, guys. Let me just bring you guys back, my friends. Bring you guys back here. So tomorrow we're gonna start something brand new. Okay. We're gonna start something brand new tomorrow. That'll be a lot of fun. But before we go today, let's do rapid fire, okay? So now is the time in the chat. If you have any questions for me in the chat, I want you to go ahead and write them in the chat, okay? If you have any questions for me, please go ahead and write them in the chat as I go ahead and try to just want to add a couple more lines to some of these characters here. So now's the time. I know a lot of you can't find the community tab for some reason. So if you're able to find the chat, then go ahead and ask me in the chat. Okay, and I'll answer that in 1 second here while I try to add just a little bit more detail to anything. Because, you know, I do, you know, I want to start something new tomorrow. So we'll do something a lot newer tomorrow. And actually, I'll put a poll up what you guys want to see tomorrow. Because I have an idea of some things I want to do tomorrow. And I'll let you guys decide what I will do first, okay? But most likely the weekend I might do the Warhammer stuff on the weekend. So what's today? Today's Wednesday? I don't even know what day it is. Today's Wednesday? Yeah, so maybe on Friday, Saturday, I'm going to be doing the Warhammer piece I wanted to do. Warhammer piece. So let's do that. Okay, so let's go ahead. Let's see your questions. If you guys have any questions here, let's go. So rapid fire, my friend. Rapid fire. How did I do that? I did that. Farina. There you go. My drawing. When Beerus. I don't even know what that is, my friend. Knox. Sashanth. Piano songs. That's a cool name. Can you make more live streams? How about every day? Let's do that every day. Ali Abdo says, can you make a digital coloring tutorial. Maybe one day, maybe, but I'll be honest, I'm not the best person. My digital coloring sucks. I'll be honest with you guys. I would love to say my digital coloring good. It is not. You're better off looking at guys like, what is his name? K. Russell. Who may help? Help me out, guys. Is it K. Russell? I forgot his name, but he's an amazing colorist on YouTube. You're better off watching his channel. You'll learn way more watching his channel than you will mine when it comes to coloring. Like, my coloring's not that great. Let's be honest here. So probably not. Let's see here. Can you draw a Pokemon in a Marvel style? I might. I might do. I have an idea of how to draw Pokemon in Marvel style. That's different than how I did it in the past. Okay. Titan111 says, any tips on it for printing digital pieces in high quality? Make sure that you have to start working bigger if you want them to look better. Okay. And just find a high quality printer. That's it. Colton's Kitchen says, could you fix the genie's ponytail? No. Scribble Scratch says, would you do a Street Fighter mashup? Maybe. That'll be fun. When it comes to mashups, guys, I'm taking a little break from it, but it's not mean. That doesn't mean that I won't do them again. And again, if I do them, it will be live, and I'll get you guys to figure out the mashup for me. So if we do that, that's what we'll do. But that sounds like a great idea, Scribble Scratch. Now, if you can't find a community tab, it doesn't work on tablets or iPads. That could be a reason. Let's see here. Can I do a really, really buff Mike Wazowski? Now, again, if this piece does really well for me when I do the final video, then maybe I will add to it. Maybe we'll do a part 2. You never know. Okay, but for now, I kind of have my fill doing this drawing, so I'll probably start. I'm gonna do a few new pieces before I revisit this particular one here. Let's see here. What else here? Am I gonna do Godzilla draw? I might. I have a good friend in the Philippines. I'll call him it's like a nephew to me. He knows everything about the Godzilla monsters. I would love to do a piece where I do all the Godzilla monsters. That would be a lot of fun. I might do that. So let's see here. Captain Fox, hi from Italy. Hello from Italy. Hello. I'd love to go to Italy. Maybe next year we'll go to Italy. Vagabond says, how do you like your coffee? Crisp. You guys are way too young for that joke. Way too young. There's an old commercial in the 80s where these two old ladies are sitting at a table, and the one lady goes to her, goes, how do you like your coffee? And the other lady goes, crisp. And she goes, you like your coffee crisp? I like my coffee crisp. Coffee Crisp is a chocolate bar in Canada. I don't know if you guys have Coffee Crisp, but it's a chocolate bar. It was an ad for Coffee Crisp. But all seriousness, how I like my coffee? Black. I like my coffee black. All right. If I'm feeling a little adventurous, 2 creams in there. Vanilla black or 2 creams. Raymond says, hello again. Hello, Raymond. James Steen Gaming. Wills or Jim? Look at this guy. Bringing out the big guns. Wills Portacio, famous Filipino artist, or Jim Lee. I absolutely love both of them. I didn't meet Jim personally, but I met Wills. Wills is a fantastic guy. Wonderful, wonderful guy. Wonderful guy. If you twist my arm, had to choose, Jim started my career, right? Jim, I started learning how to draw through Jim before Wills. I absolutely love both of their art styles, but if you make me choose, gotta go with Jim. Let's see here. Farhina, how do you do the detail? That comes with time. Guys, I always say to you guys, detail is like icing on the cake. If your drawing does not have the structure, if your drawing does not have the proportions correct, if your drawing doesn't have like the musculature right, it's not balanced. If your composition is balanced, it doesn't matter how many lines you have. It's going to be a bad drawing. Okay? Fix the fundamentals first before you add the extra little details. Okay? And know that the more details you add, the longer your drawing's going to be. So the more detailed you are, the slower an artist you're going to be. And that kind of is bad when you're in comic books. The guys who laugh are the guys who don't need to put that much detail in. For example, I'll give you an example. My buddy Todd Knock, if you look at his actual line work, like he doesn't add as many lines as this, but he doesn't need to because his work is phenomenal. His work is still pretty detailed, but he definitely doesn't need to add all this. But his work is so detailed, and he is able to do at least 2 pages a day. So he makes a killing. He does so well because he's so fast. So a lot of lines does not necessarily mean better art. Okay, so I hope that's that's definitely something to think about. Hopefully that's food for thought there. Let's see here. How about Nox says, how about Dota 2 or World of Warcraft? Maybe one day. Maybe one day. How do I make the shadows look so real? That's a lot of looking at life and a lot of practice. My friend, who asked that? I got to say who asked that. At least. Lost that. I lost who said that. Okay. Color with Kurt. Thank you, Luby. Color with Kurt. Go watch Color with Kurt. Don't watch me color. Color with Kurt does it way better than I do. Color with Kurt. Go subscribe to that dude. Colton's Kitchen. Can you make a piece where it's Marvel characters in a Disney style? Maybe. But I'll be honest. Again, I'll be honest. It's not a style I like doing. So if I were to do something like that, that would definitely be it would be one I would be doing for views. And so it's not something I'd be interested in right now. Yeah. It would be fun, but it's just not something I would personally be interested in. Doing a regular show in a Marvel style from Scribble Scratch? Maybe. Maybe one day. We'll see. Tom and Jerry in Marvel style from Raymond? Maybe. That'd be fun. Let's see here. Farina said, did you actually spill coffee on the Carnage drawing? If you haven't watched that, guys, go watch that video. That's one of my favorite videos. Actually, there wasn't the Carnage drawing. I did that on the Steppenwolf drawing. The Carnage, I put ketchup on the drawing. It was ketchup. Did I actually do it? I don't know. Let's see here. We make a drawing for Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. I might have a video out, maybe even tomorrow, guys. Maybe even tomorrow. I might have a video tomorrow concerning Black Panther tomorrow, okay? But I will let you know. My buddy Apple, Brave Star or Silverhawks? Bro, that's a tough one. I love both, but I'm going Silverhawks. I'm going to go Silverhawks on that one. Though I love Brave Star too. But again, you're twisting my arm, guys. You guys, you're twisting my arm. Stop twisting it. Hurts. Love both, but I'm going Silverhawks, okay? And I get messages. Who's messaging? Is it you guys? Are you guys messaging me this early in the morning? Oh, my friend went walking this morning. Wow. It's too early in the morning. Let's see here. You're welcome, James T. There you go. Captain Fox 02. Can you do Space Jam in a Marvel style? Well, that's more like Looney Tunes, right? I would say Looney Tunes, but then add Michael Jordan and thing. Maybe. But you know what would be fun? Not when you say Space Jam, maybe the Monstars. Drawing the Monstars in a Marvel style. That might be interesting. So that's a great suggestion there. Let's see here. How about a Jurassic World drawing? Maybe. Definitely not on my radar. You know, I like Jurassic World, but not interested enough to say let's spend 5 hours on a piece. That's always what I got to consider when I do a piece. It's like, does the subject matter interest me enough where I'm willing to spend between 6 to 10 hours of my life working on that particular piece? So it's got to be something interesting. Luke says, I inspire him. Thank you very much, my friend. Batman in a Marvel style. Or Ace the Bat Hound. You know what, Farhina. I was at Toys R Us the other day, and I saw this really, really cool preschool toy. And it's this gigantic Batman mech and a small Batman inside. I would love to draw that. Now that toy's on sale. I might go get it for a future video, but we'll see. Let's see here. C-Han says, can I draw Indian superheroes in a Marvel style? Well, you know, I'm not too familiar. I did see that one Indian superhero. Is Kurish? I forgot who it is. I don't want to say it. I might pronounce it wrong. But I don't know. Maybe not anytime soon, but maybe. I did do a Filipino superhero once, but that's because I was more familiar with the characters. I'm not too familiar with Indian superheroes, so maybe one day. By the way, I have a good friend. Her name is Cheruvi. Very good friend of mine. We went to school together when we took computer animation, and she is probably one of the most naturally talented, gifted artists I've ever seen in my life. And she has an animation studio over there in India. I went there with my wife, and she showed us an amazing time bringing us all over New Delhi. You know, it was fantastic time. So shout out to my friend Chihuahua. We should talk, my friend. Mr. Broken says, why are you hiding anger? Is anger in this piece? There you go. Let's see. Is there any more? Reese, rivets or huge hands? Oh, that's a great question. That's a Transformers question. I'm going rivets. I'm going rivets because that's my thing. You guys know my rivets are my thing, right? Colton's Kitchen, M&M's or Skittles? Is a hot dog sandwich? Which way do you hang toilet paper? That's 3 questions in one there. M&M's or Skittles? I'm going M&M's, chocolate all day. Hot dog a sandwich? Yes. Technically speaking, for me, it's a sandwich. 2 pieces of bread and a dog. It just happens the bread is joined together, right? It's the definition of a sandwich, if you think about it, okay? Which way do you hang the toilet paper? Over. Over. Okay, definitely over. Not under. I'm in over. There you go. Let's see here. Any more? We're coming down to the end of it. I think I answered most of these questions here. Knox. There's a couple more questions here. So again, we're in rapid fire mode right now, guys. Just answer a few more. Knox says, what if detailed Ultron with the Infinity? I was thinking about doing that, Knox. I actually was. I was actually thinking about doing that when What If came out, but maybe not right now. Maybe not right now. Let's see here. Titan 1-1 says, watching you draw always gets you pumped up. That's right. Getting you ready for your morning, my friends. There you go. Do I play video games? Luke, the anime weeb, says, do you play video games? No. The answer is no. I'm very familiar because, of course, my kids play a lot of video games. My favorite game is a game you probably don't know. It's an old Sega game, not even before Sega Genesis. Sega game. It's called Altered Beast. My favorite game of all time, Altered Beast. There's a title I would like to draw. Nobody would know what it is, but I would love to draw Altered Beast. There you go. Okay. Do I still have the Joker drawing? Yes. Let's see here. Can I do Pixar's Cars in a Marvel style? You know, Webmaster, if I were to do Pixar's Cars, I might turn them into Transformers. I might turn Pixar Cars into Transformers. That might be something I will do. Probably sooner than later. Let's see here. Colton, I answered that question already. Let's see here. Any more? Draw Black Adam. I drew him many times already. Rahina, I kind of don't want to draw that anymore. Roblox in a Marvel style. I've done that already, pretty much. Draw Kratos, maybe. Altered. See, Care Bear remembers that. Altered Beast remembers that. There you go. And Red Wolf remembers that too. You're my area too. Okay, guys, that is it for today. Thank you guys for watching all 3 streams. If you're here for all 3 streams, or if you're here for one, thank you for being here. This was a lot of fun. It's always a lot of fun drawing with you guys. You guys build up my energy. You guys make me excited. I think I might get one of those green screens. You know those guys who just like, there's just their head appearing so that you can see more of the artwork. That's one thing I don't like about this box is that it hides the artwork, but I want to make sure that you guys are able to see the artwork. So maybe I'll buy a green screen. Probably come the next day or so. We'll do that thing where I cut myself out. So we'll see how that goes. But thank you guys for watching. Okay, I'm gonna draw something completely new tomorrow. So I might put a poll up on my channel today what we will draw tomorrow. Okay, so I'm gonna rely on your suggestions on what we are going to draw tomorrow. So you guys are the best. By the way, guys, if you guys just want to listen, and one thing I tried to do was try to talk as much as I could, because if you didn't know, I'm actually recording this. You might not see, I actually have a second microphone here where I'm recording this, and I'm just putting the audio up on the Box Office Artist Podcast. This is the new Box Office Artist Podcast. That's what this is. Just me answering your questions all day while I draw. Okay, so if if you're interested in just going back and just listening to me talk for 3 hours straight, by all means, go check out the Box Office Artist Podcast, or you can just join me every single morning and being a part of the conversation. So thank you guys for watching. If you're new here, if you want to chat with me, first of all, you have to subscribe. So make sure you subscribe. Doesn't mean that much, but it does make me happy if you subscribe. So please smash that subscribe button. Smile. Thank you guys for joining. Love you all. Thank you to everyone who's here in the live chat. My buddy Apple, you still here, buddy? My buddy Apple. We should talk soon, my friend. Thank you guys for watching. And my name is James. I am the Box Office Artist. I'm here to see you keep drawing. I'll see you guys all next time. Take care, everyone. Have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.